everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about my NaNoWriMo project because I finally decided what exactly I'm going to do in November. If you're new here and you haven't met me yet, my name is Alina, I'm an author and I post videos about books and writing, for the most part anyway. Today I thought I'd share with you what I plan to do for NaNoWriMo this year. If you don't know what NaNoWriMo is, it's a challenge that everyone takes in November, well, everyone joining it, to try and write 50,000 words in a month. It's short for National Novel Writing Month, which, if I would have said it, would have probably been a lot more of an explanation right from the start, but let's carry on. I've been doing Nano for a long time now, and if you want to become my buddy on NaNoWriMo, I will leave a link to my profile in the description down below. And I find it quite useful. I took a break last year because it turns out I wasn't writing at all, so doing NaNoWriMo when you're not writing was a bit difficult for me, so I thought I'd skip it and not add to the pressure I was already feeling because I wasn't writing. And what kind of author am I if I don't write? So this year I'm going back and I'm super pumped. I haven't been so excited about NaNoWriMo since my first one, I think. I don't know what it is about it this year, maybe because I've been so much a part of AuthorTube later in this year that I got to see everyone's video about what they were preparing, how they were preparing for Nano, and what they were planning to do, and it kind of pumped me up and got me all excited, and now I can't really wait. What I've decided to write is a Christmas story. The problem with the Christmas story is that I don't know how long it will be. I'm not sure if it will be a novella on the longer side or a full-on novel. It depends on how many words it takes to put my entire outline on paper, so I have a backup project in case there's not enough for 50,000 words, but I'll tell you about that later. My NaNoWriMo declared project, and the one I'm going to focus on, is a Christmas story. It's a gay romance and it focuses to Romanian characters because I like going back to Romania once in a while when I'm writing, and the protagonist is Vlad. He's our POV character. This is written in third-person past, so Vlad will take us on a ride through his Christmas adventures. At the beginning of the story, Vlad is stranded at a sort of a Home Depot type of store that's quite popular here in Romania, and he's just bought a Christmas tree. This is where our novel begins, or novella, we'll see. Vlad is stranded there because he hitched a ride with a friend and his current so-called boyfriend was supposed to drive him back home. The boyfriend is nowhere to be found. His parents are away for holidays and yeah, he's alone there with a huge ass tree because that's fun before Christmas. And while he's just having a coffee and trying to figure things out, he gets a phone call announcing him that an old friend is returning home and his parents can't pick him up. The twist is that this is not just a friend, it's a guy called Geo, which is short for George, Romanian version of George, if it wasn't obvious, who's been studying and living abroad and who's been Vlad's best friend throughout high school, and they had a bit of a fallout when Joe decided to study abroad, and Vlad thought it was the perfect time to confess his feelings, and it didn't end well. So now this is their first reunion after many years spent apart, and a lot of adventures happen from this point on, enough that they will finally be forced to spend their Christmas together. So it should be interesting. I have the main story already quite clear in my head, but I still need to do a lot of plotting for the final details, and by a lot I mean probably think about it for a few hours while taking a walk, because that's just how my process works. And if you want to know more about my writing process, I did a video specifically on that in my Author's Answer series, so I will link it in the info bar and also in the description down below. I'm really excited about this project. I had the idea for it a year or two ago, I can't remember. It's been a while anyway, and it's been on my mind. I wanted to write it and I'm going to do it now. I hope it will turn out as cool as I imagine it will. I'm really excited about the story, and let's see how fast we finish it. If this is a novella or I finish quite early, the plan for the second half of NaNoWriMo is to write my second book in the Flyer Chronicles series. This is a sci-fi story. It features some sort of angels who are really aliens, but you know, they look like the biblical angels, and a human who's now somewhere. Oh, I can't say anything more about this without spoiling book 1 for those who haven't read it. Book 1 is Angel's Feather, and I will show you a cover right here next to me. It's been published late this spring, and I loved writing it, and it did quite well. And I had initially promised a sequel for this autumn, but it didn't work out quite like that. So I'm hoping to release it in early 2018, probably January or February, so it would be great if I could write it. The way I'm preparing for that is, well, doing a lot of research on the finer points of my science part of the story, and because I'm not that great at anything related to physics, what I'm doing right now is binge watching Isaac Arthur's videos, and I will leave a link to his channel. If you're into science fiction as a genre to write in, I completely recommend watching all of his videos. They're super educational and interesting and very well researched, and the imagery he uses is just impressive, and I'm going to watch a lot of those because I'm not exactly sure about the planet my characters are going to be stationed at in this second book. So I have some ideas, but I have to better understand the science of it in order to make it realistic enough. The rest of the plot is pretty much solid right now. I just have to fine-tune it, but this part of researching is as important. So my plan is to write the Christmas stories, and while I'm writing that, get a better grasp of the scientific and technical sides of my story, and then start writing the moment the Christmas story is done. If you're wondering why I'm planning for 2 books when I'm not sure how long the first one would be, is that my goal for Nano this year is a bit higher than the one generally associated with NaNoWriMo. So my challenge is not to write 50,000 words, is to write a bit more than that. I am aiming toward 100,000 words. So yeah, that means I have to write 3,500 words per day. And they have other stuff going on as well, plus a book release. So this should be super interesting. I know it's a bold goal, but I'm feeling all this creativity just trying to explode out of me. I'm super pumped. I know I'll have a really encouraging community to rely on, so I hope I'm able to do it. That's it from me. If you're doing NaNoWriMo, please let me know what your project is for this year's challenge in the comments down below. And again, as I said earlier, if you need another writing buddy, please feel free to add me. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Do let me know if you find my story idea interesting and if you'd like to read it. And like the video, comment as I said, subscribe if you haven't already. And I shall see you tomorrow, because oh my god, I can't believe it, Preptober will soon be coming to an end, but I still have a few days of daily uploads, so look forward to those videos. Bye!